feel like to have your story, your life on the big screen?
It's like this. Because it is, because you sort of, I can give you the visual. I went to my first with an audience premiere in London, okay? Big cinema there, Regent Street. And I was doing a personal appearance, watching it, and then the Q&A. So I've never seen it on the big screen. I've seen it privately, obviously, but not, and I'm never with an audience. And that's the tester. So I'm like, and so I snuck in and I was right on the end. So I hope nobody could see me. And I wanted to feel their reactions and feel the audience. And I was weepy all the way through. Some bits because I couldn't believe what people were saying. You just go, oh my God. Other cringe bits, other uncomfortable bits, other emotional bits. And up on the big screen, you can't hide anything. Good and bad. It's there, warts and all. And so that was affecting me. And they oohed and ahed and clapped and booed and all of the right parts, you know. So it was a humbling experience. My main thought was, oh my God, I did all that. You know, you kind of, it goes by so quick, but I'm very proud of the film. Yeah. Very proud of it. Did you like it?
Oh, I loved it. I loved it because I got to learn more about you. Because my first exposure to you was watching Happy Days.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so not me. It's like, I mean, it's a big part for America, but it's so not who I am. And it's so funny that everybody in America, a lot of you discovered me through there, but it's the only country in the world where that happens in. Every place else in the world, they say, Suzi Quatro, oh, wasn't she in Happy Days? Not she was in Happy Days, wasn't she? You know, so it doesn't matter. As long as you got there, as long as you came on the journey, it doesn't matter which avenue you came through, you know?
Exactly, because my sister loved your character in the TV show. And we were little kids, and it stuck with us.
Sure. Yeah, good. Well, I mean, you know, as it says in the documentary, I was the first, you know, to do what I did. So that kind of brought it into everybody's home, didn't it? It was like in the most popular sitcom, and there I was with a bass guitar, and you could see I was really doing it. Yeah. So it opened up the door that way in America. That was, as it says in the documentary, it was a little bit early when I first got there in 74. They weren't quite ready, but by the time I did Happy Days, that cemented, and the door went bang, boom, and then everybody else could come to it. And that, I guess, was my path in America. Not anywhere else. Over here, it's just, you know, people know I also do acting, but I'm the person with loads of hits, you know.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that I loved learning more about you. When I was a kid, I would see you from TV, and then I learned about your music. As you get older, you start seeing more.
You went that way around. It doesn't matter. Yeah. It doesn't matter. But,
because I mean, I was 6 years old at the time, but it was like,
Sure. But it led you to my door, so welcome.
Exactly. And I look into it, and I'm like, all the musicians that I've met over the years, all look up to you as you being that spearhead, that leader. What does it feel like, especially now that with the documentary coming out, a lot of them giving you and telling you about their influence that you had on them? What has it been like, especially now that everything is complete in the doc?
It just touches my heart to such a degree. I mean, I have been told this all the way through the years. Women always come up to me, but to see it up there, like I said, you just go, oh my God. I mean, I did a three-way thing the other day with Kathy Valentine and with Cherie, who's a good friend of mine. And Kathy started to cry. And I just went, because of what I meant to her. I guess I didn't know I was doing it. I did it because I was being me, but that's what it did. But I guess hindsight, I'm going to be 70 June the 3rd. Hindsight, when I look back, I guess I gave women permission to be rockers in a strange kind of way. And that's quite quite something. I gotta go, what? You know, all I was doing was being me. I refused, as you saw in the film, I refused to be boxed in. I refused to follow anybody else's idea of who I am. And who knows, maybe I wouldn't make it, but I did. And I made it on my terms. I'm who I am. Otherwise, to me, the journey would not have been worth it if I couldn't have made it being who I am. I'm sure you got all that from the film anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So do you feel like you know me now? Do you feel like you know me after watching that?
Yes. Because this is the one thing,
Good.
I love rock documentaries. I like learning about the artist. And this one really showed a lot of your life from beginning to where you're at now. And you kind of get an attachment. Like, I grew up in a Catholic family, so did you. And that strict Catholic family. And I was looking at that and I was like, shoot, you went through the same experiences I did with a lot of, with dealing with family and the way of separating and trying to find it out. What was it like to bring that back in this documentary, to retouch that and about your family?
It's hard, but as you can see, I don't soft step it, you know. I say as it is. I allow people to have their own say, which is completely correct, you know. That's how you feel. That's how you feel. You have the right to say your things. They agreed to be in the film, so I agreed to let them say what they wanted to say. I wasn't anywhere near them when they did the interviews, but it's hard to see it again blown up on the screen. It really hits home, like any movie does. It hits home, and it's a little bit sad because neither of them have been in touch with me since the film has come out. And I told that to my director who conducted the interviews. And he said, quite rightly, he said, oh, why? I have been very fair and I never slanted this, and everybody had their say. I said, I know, I don't get it either. But to me, it's always going to be painful. And I can't understand why they're not in contact. I don't get it. But I will survive. I've survived everything else. But as you see in the film, I am quite a soft touch. I think that's what makes me an artist, you know, and you know what I mean. And when you're brought up in a Catholic family, you're brought up with that bond and that love, things that will never separate. And every time anything like this happens, I just think of my mom, and she would not be happy with all this, you know. So she would love the film. She would never have a problem with the film. She'd have a problem with attitudes, you know. Because I mean, I was very close to my mom. Very close to my mom. Anyway, I'm hoping that the dust will settle and that it will come out in the wash, because that's what should happen in families, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And to brighter things now, your music. I mean, you have songs that are just memorable. You sing with them now. What do you think touches like this generation now who look up to you? What were about those songs that just touch people? Especially now that women front bands now. This is not like taboo anymore, the way you went through.
Correct. I think I've been around for such a long time because the way I see it, I'm real. I'm real. I'm no bullshit. I'm real. What you see is what you get. Here I am. Doesn't mean you have to like me. If you don't like me, that's fine. I'm not, you know, not holding a gun to your head, but at least what you get is real. I just made the best album of my career, No Control, with my son. I can't believe how much I still have to say. I'm not done yet. And what touches people, I think this is what touches people is, okay, I have to relate a story to you. I do a lot of festivals and stuff, and you know, you end up with a lot of big names sitting around having a drink after the show, okay? And I always end up talking to whoever, you know, a lot of the named people who are there. And we always have the same conversation. It boils down to the same kind of thing. And I always get curious. And so I'll say to these named people who shall remain nameless. So, you know, when you guys first saw me in 1973, up comes on TV, bass guitar, leather jumpsuit, screaming with the guys. I said, did it look to you like I was being a girl going, look what I can do. And they go, no. What did it look like? Just like you were just being natural. And then I say to them, did it look to you like I was trying to be sexy? And they always go, no. What did it look like? Just that you were natural. So that's what I'm trying to say. Whatever I have, it should touch each generation because it's me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you saw the film, you got affected, you know. Even my little grandson, he's like 9. And he came to one of the premieres and he was in tears. He's 9. That's something. Yeah. I've just written 14 songs for the next album with my son during lockdown.
Awesome.
Yeah. And boy, oh boy, ask me if it's affecting the songs. Is it ever? I mean, obviously, you know, you're with an artist, you're just channels open, you're drawing in everything, you know. Okay. And boy, oh boy, wow. I've just finished a lyric book, which I just delivered to the publisher. So I'm keeping busy. What I'm missing is the gigs. Mm-hmm. Can't stand it. Yeah. I can't stand it. If I haven't got a schedule, what time the airplane is, what time we get to the hotel, what time the sound check is, what time I'm on stage, how long the set is, and a rolling bag, I don't know who I am.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the way my friends are. One of my friends is a drummer with GoGo Bordello right now, and he's sitting down, and he's just like, I'm missing the fans. I'm missing being out there in front of people playing.
Well, I've tried to really up my social media because it's what I can contribute. You know, I'm an entertainer, so I've been doing Instagram, Suzi's Thought for the Day with a picture and quite philosophical. It's Suzi Quatro Real. I've been doing bassline every day, mm-hmm. going through my songs and playing them, almost like tutorial. And I've been really upping my game, and people have been being entertained. So if I can do that, then I will put that in the mix, you know. Awesome. But I can't wait to get back to some gigs. I did 85 last year. I had at least 85 in the book. They've all been postponed, you know, but it'll be 56 years in June that I've been gigging. Not to gig is just weird to me. Yeah. Just plain weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Final question so that we can end this. What can you tell the MUSE audience to get them to download, to see your documentary, to see your story? Because it's something that, to me, I feel people who love music needs to see this documentary.
Well, if you ever wonder what it was like to have no blueprint and to know that what you were doing was not accepted and to go out there and do it anyway and survive all the pitfalls emotionally and business-wise and still remain as normal as I'm ever going to be and still have something to say, and you want to know about the reality of that journey. My message is, and I said it when I got my honorary Doctor of Music degree at Cambridge University. I didn't even graduate high school. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. Okay, so I said it there and I say it again now. This is my message. Our journey in life, there's a little light inside of you. And it doesn't matter if you're male or female, if you're a star, if you're a janitor, if you're a teacher, whatever, it doesn't matter. There's a little light. Your job in this life is to go in and find that light and switch it on and never let anybody switch it off. That's my message. And I hope that comes across in the film.
To me, it did. And Suzi, it is.
I feel like I'm talking to you.
Yes.
That hit you. 1 second. Oh, 1 second. Hello. Oh, fuck off.
Only on MUSE, Ken. We've had so many interesting things happen on MUSE.
That was like the wrong thing, and you were getting too emotional. So the phone saved you.
Yes, yes. But
I had your mojo going.
Yep, exactly. But Suzi, thank you so much. It is an honor that I got to talk to you today and have you on MUSE. And
thank you very much.
We look forward to seeing you play here in the U.S.
Okay. Yes, and you take care, Catholic boy.
Definitely will. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.